What's up guys, Jerpa here, coming at you live from not live, this is recorded, but we're coming at you from a brand new Redstone testing world. And the reason for that is because I really wanted to share like a little basic tutorial on Redstone. And I'm going to do a whole series on it, just kind of outlining each piece. And then towards the end, we're going to try and put some of these pieces together and make some stuff. And the reason I'm doing this mostly is because I have no real idea how Redstone works. And I know the best way for me to learn is to teach you guys how, like, what it's about. And as you're watching this, if you see anything that I missed or that I got wrong, absolutely let me know, because I'm trying to learn and get better too. I really want to be one of those technical Minecraft players who also does like cool builds and Let's Plays, but I really want to get better at this. So first up, in this video, we're just going to be looking at kind of like redstone line and redstone power sources. And I'm only going to cover some... You guys hear my dog? Can I help you? Go lay down. I'm only going to cover some really basic stuff as far as like powering redstone, but there's a ton of different options to power it, such as comparators, pressure plates, daylight sensors, observers, things like that. But we're going to cover those in a much later video. So starting today, we're just going to go over the basics. And the first thing is redstone is like electricity, in that you have a power source, you have wire, and then you have a device that it powers somehow. Like, it does something once you power it. In this case, what we're looking at right here is just a plain redstone torch. It kind of acts like a battery. So you stick it down, it travels, the electricity travels through the wire and powers this piston. One cool thing about redstone is it only goes 15 spaces out, right? So like any more than this and it just stops being powered, which kind of makes sense. Like, water only flows so far, electricity only flows so far. And in the same way, redstone only travels so far. The cool thing though is, unlike water, which is like gets split if you split it, the power level, redstone actually goes 15 out in that direction, but if you split it down here, it'll continue out that way as well for the total 15. So it'll continue out 15 from there to there, and 15 around this way there. Not 15 from this point, but 15 from here. Which I think is super cool, because that allows you to provide a simple source of power and power either multiple machines or make machines do more complicated things. Redstone torches can be turned off in specific circumstances. Redstone blocks, however, cannot. They are just on forever. It's like an everlasting battery. So I got the lights down there to show, and you throw the redstone block here, and boom, the light comes on. Take it away, light goes off. That's kind of the functionality of redstone blocks. Next up, we have the button, or the wooden button in this case. You hit the button, it turns on for a second, and then turns off. On and off. So it provides like a little pulse of power. The lever is kind of the same thing as the button, except it stays on. So like, you flip it one way, it's just like a light switch. Flip it one way, it comes on. Flip it another way, it goes off. Super simple. The stone button is exactly like the wooden button, except the pulse is much shorter. See how that works compared to that one? Much longer on the wooden button. And we'll take advantage of that when we get to some of the more complicated builds that require very specific timings. And also, I'd like to point out that all of these, with the exception of the redstone torch and the redstone block, they're actually powering the block that they are attached to. So it'll send the power one lower as well. So see how the light comes on down there? And the same thing will be seen if we flip on that. Next up, we have the tripwire hook. And the tripwire hook is a little strange. Let's throw that there. And the way you do that is you put one on each side, and then you drop some string in the middle, and it's loaded. And once it's loaded, somebody steps through it, and you get a redstone pulse. get rid of that. All of that. So I've got it set up here to show you that once you step on the tripwire, it sends a signal out 15 far, just like everything else. But tripwires are a little strange in that they power lots of different blocks around them. They'll actually also power the block underneath this one too. It's just hard to show. So it'll power that diagonal, that one back there, that one, if I can not break stuff, as well as that one up there. And all this is actually doubled on this side, so you get a ton of directions out of just one action by the player. And these are really awesome for like traps, and also for setting up different things, like certain mob traps also use those by activating a piston, but that's complicated and we'll get to it another day. One more thing I wanted to show you, or a couple more things I wanted to show you, is this redstone torch is powering this line here, but is not powering this block. So if we put redstone here, nothing happens. However, if we run redstone into this block in order to power it by pressing this button, the torch goes off. Neat. And let me get rid of this stuff because I was just playing. And so we can take this behavior that we saw here from powering blocks to turn off torches to run actually a redstone signal upwards. So if we kind of run this out and stick a piston right there, you'll see that this piston is powered, right? Which makes sense because this redstone is on, which powers that piston. However, when we put a power supply right here, it turns off that one, turns that one on, which turns that one off and depowers the piston. So we get kind of a switch here so that it's mostly always on when this is unpowered, and that's off when it is powered. So we can do lots of really cool stuff with that. Let's get rid of all this, don't need it. Last thing I wanted to show you guys is how redstone dust will travel upwards through non-transparent blocks, or semi-transparent blocks, slabs, upside down stairs, and glowstone to be specific. So you notice that all of this redstone is powered because that lever down there is turned on, which means this piston is powered. However, it's going up. The same action does not apply going downwards. So no matter what we do to this lever, it will never power this redstone right here in this setup. So this piston just stays off all the time. And again, we're going to get into some functionality of all of this stuff in a later video, but I really hope you guys like that. And like I said at the very beginning, if you noticed anything I did wrong, or noticed anything that I probably should have added or missed or whatever, let me know down in the comments. I'm trying to learn here as much as you guys, and I really appreciate it. Alright guys, I look forward to seeing you all in our Let's Play, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.